I am a really big believer in making things easier. And the way that I set up this home, the way that I do everything is to go ahead and support for me to be able to stay healthier, for me to stay, um, for me to be able to get more things done. Everything is to help me optimize my life. From having the bed on the wall to having a pull-up bar on the other side there, you don't even see it because it's behind the other curtain. The reason, the way I look at it, this is a it's a concept, it's a perspective. It's something that I've done for a long time now. A pull-up bar costs, I don't know what, $50, $60, you know. So it's not that expensive. To get it installed, right? A little bit of labor work, and then it's done. But the way I look at it is every single repetition that I do on that pull-up bar has an effect, a ripple effect. It's not just that little bit of workout. It's what does that workout do for my body, for my energy, for my mind? And if my energy, my body, and my mind is lifted, my mind is more clear, I have more energy. How does that affect my work? How does that affect my performance? How does that affect my relationship with my wife? How does it affect my life? So when I start to connect the dots on those things, I start to realize, well, it creates a really big effect. My mood and all of that, the way I make all choices, simply because I was able to do a few pull-ups that I probably wouldn't have done if it wasn't in this room or it wasn't over there, it wasn't over there. Now, the same thing for practice, right? Even if you did a really short practice, right? Or even like Sharab stretching in bed, right? Is it the perfect stretching routine? No, it's better to do it on the ground. But by stretching in bed, how does it affect everything else? Even though it's doing it in bed. So making it easier is so big because it creates such a massive ripple effect. So then how do we make it easier? So when I put up all these pull-up bars, the idea is that even if I was to do one pull-up on it, how would that one pull-up affect things? Having this bed here in the room, we put it there so this way, my wife and I, when our son's sleeping, we use this room and we hang out here. This is like our little private living room. Sometimes if I want to get really good sleep, I'll pull out that bed and I'll sleep in here because my son will wake up throughout the night and then I can actually get really good sleep in here, you know? So even by having it easy to take down and move and put it on the ground and then put it back up versus if I was to store it somewhere upstairs. We have areas to store it, but then I'd have to walk upstairs. I have to grab it and I have to bring it down. And then when we're done, I have to bring it back up. So what I found is that by making things easier, sometimes logically, it doesn't make sense because we go, I can do it, right? I can bring it upstairs when I'm done. Yes. But if we look at, instead of looking at what we can do and looking at it in the logical way, let's look at our actual behavior. How often do we not do something because it's slightly out of reach, because there's a small little obstacle, because it takes 30 seconds, right, to do, and then we don't do it? Or it takes 10 seconds and we don't do it, right? It's like you could wash a dish. It'll take 15 seconds to wash a dish, but you don't do that. You don't wash it because you don't feel like taking 15 seconds to wash it, for example, or you don't want to pick this up and put it outside, right? All of these little things. This is real life. It's not logically that we can't do it. It's that when we look at human behavior and we look at ourselves, we realize that we always do things that are easy, and the things that are that takes effort. The more effort it takes to do anything, the less chance that we're going to do it.